Welcome, everybody, back to the Friar Talk podcast and YouTube channel. So today, me and Ryan got some exciting news for everybody. It has just been reported that both Luis Garcia, the relief pitcher, and Robert Suarez are going to be signing with the San Diego Padres. So super exciting stuff. And I want to let Ryan kind of take over this episode because these are both guys that he wanted the Padres to sign. So Ryan's a little bit excited right now, you could say. So Ryan, you want to talk about these guys and what this means for the Padres now?
Yes, I woke up at, I woke up a bunch of different times this morning, but I woke up at 8:52 to my mentions going absolutely crazy. And first let me tell a quick story about what I call Thanos AJ. So when I first created my Twitter account, Friar Bad, my original profile picture was a picture of AJ Preller's face, over Thanos holding like the Infinity Gauntlet thing. And I changed it at the beginning of this offseason because I was not very happy with Preller. And last night at midnight, I changed my profile picture back to that Thanos AJ thing. And mind you, under that profile picture, he traded for Yu Darvish and Blake Snell using the trade packages that I tweeted out. That's my pinned tweet on my account. You can go check that right now. And as soon as I change it back to that picture, he signs two obscure relievers that I said he should sign.
So you're a little excited, huh?
Yeah.
Happy that you changed the profile pic?
I just, one of my sources that doesn't know me personally just DM'd me and asked if I'm AJ Preller. I'm not even kidding.
Well, the timing is uncanny for this one, too.
So
that's awesome. You want to tell about these guys a little bit because they're both very good players.
Oh yeah, these guys are awesome. Going into this offseason, looking at the bullpen, I really wanted guys that looked like they had really good high leverage back end stuff. Garcia and Suarez have amazing stuff. So I'll talk about Garcia first. He switched over from a four seam to a sinker last year with the St. Louis Cardinals because they noticed something about his sinker where it was a lot more effective than his fastball. And suddenly he just turned into this ridiculous pitcher. 3.24 ERA, 2.7 FIP, everything improved. Hits per 9, walks per 9, home runs per 9, strikeouts per 9. Everything got way better. He's got a sinker. It's not like a huge Blake Trinan sinker, but it's got some pretty noticeable movement. He commands it really well. It sits anywhere from 96 to 100 miles per hour, especially on that upper level of 98 to 100. So that's great. You really like to see guys who have sinkers that can hit triple digits. And then on top of that, he's got a fantastic slider. We're talking, in my opinion, Joe Musgrove-esque. Great movement, really sharp, sits about 86 mile per hour. He has closer stuff. Just because he's not a closer doesn't mean he can't just step into that role. I think if anyone has the stuff in this league to step into that role and take it over for us, it's Luis Garcia. You might remember him from the wild card game against the Dodgers. He had a really good outing. I think he pitched 1.2 scoreless. So yeah, that's all I want to say about him. And then you got Robert Suarez. Robert Suarez has pitched in Japan his entire career, and last year he had a ridiculous season. ERA 1.16. Strikeouts for a guy that throws as hard as he does weren't really there. They were just under 9 strikeouts per 9. Everything else looked good. Dude doesn't give up hard contact. I think he gave up like 1 home run. I think actually maybe no home runs last year in Japan, which is ridiculous. Throws anywhere from 99 to 101 miles per hour. The command he has on his fastball is ridiculous. I think in just under 60 innings pitched last year in Japan, he walked 8 batters. That's like beyond. Think about the pitcher in the league with the most control. Maybe Chris Paddock jumps to your head. This guy has better control than him. Kirby Yates from 2019. That's what we're talking about in terms of control. This guy just throws strikes. He pounds the strike zone. He challenges guys with 100, 101, and he gets outs. He also throws a splitter and I think a slider. I've done research on him before. and it's kind of difficult to pinpoint exactly what he throws because there's not a lot of like written information about his secondary pitches. Everyone just focuses on his fastball. But from watching film on him, it looks like he throws a pretty decent splitter or changeup type pitch. So, yeah, these are both guys I think can step into that closer role for us and potentially be very effective.
Yeah, interesting that Suarez is coming from one of the Japanese leagues. I know that there's been a lot of relievers that have came in. Most Padres have added a couple guys like Pierce Johnson in the past that have come over from a different league, and he's had a lot of success early on. Luis Garcia, Ryan, you've been hyping up Luis Garcia to me for like a few months now. Like even during the MLB season, I remember. And the one guy I remember that we discussed last off season that you were like, okay, this guy's gonna he's gonna be pretty solid, was Nabil Chrismat. So far, 1 for 1 in who you've been calling. Them going and signing these two obscure relievers, super good stuff. I do think that potentially Luis Garcia could be the closer for the Padres, which is a little interesting when you look at like when you just look at his numbers like broadly and you go, okay, well, in 2020 he had a 7 ERA, in 2018 he had a 6 ERA, but you hear about the adjustments that he's made and how good he was last year, and I think there's reason to believe that he'll be closer to last year than he was prior seasons. Like that's more of the guy you're going to see because of how he's changed now. He's adapted his game. We've seen that with a lot of relievers too. Guys will change their pitches and then boom, they're so much more effective after that. Look at Kirby Yates. That's another, you brought him up earlier. He's a guy who, they made some adjustments to what he's throwing, and then he goes out there and he dominates, and he's one of the best closers for back-to-back seasons for the Padres, where he was completely lights out. So, hopefully this is the kind of buy low candidate. I really wonder, was there any thing on like how much these guys are going to be paid? Because I don't think it's going to be very much. I would expect it to be pretty low.
Let's see. I think they tweeted something out about Garcia. Sorry, about Suarez. Let me try to find it. If you got anything else you want to say, I'm going to be looking.
I was just going to say.
I got it actually. 1 year, $7 million for Suarez, which is pretty good.
Okay, so not super crazy. Padres are definitely looking to bolster their bullpen. We've seen them trade for Frazier. Now they've added 3 relievers, or potentially 3 relievers. We'll see, who makes the roster and whatnot. But they also Steven Wilson likely to be in the bullpen this year. So you see a lot of turnover, but potentially a lot of like good turnover. Stuff that we want to see, a lot of upgrades. And I think we're seeing. I mean, at least for me, I've liked this offseason a lot so far. You go out, you get Bob Melvin. It seems like the organization is doing things, one that we like, which of course we're going to favor, but stuff that seems like smart, more low risk moves. Now we'll see how the rest of the offseason goes. I wouldn't be surprised if there's something that AJ Preller does where you're like, oh, that could really burn you. We'll see. But, overall so far this offseason, I've been really happy with what they've done. I'm assuming there's going to be more moves to be made. This is also one that it's kind of weird because we don't know how this offseason is going to look after probably today. So we'll see how all of that turns out. But two huge, maybe not huge ones, but 2 moves right here that could help the Padres a lot down the stretch. Ryan, anything else you want to add?
Nope, all good. Be excited.
All right, awesome. Well, hopefully, guys, you are as pumped as Ryan is. He was really, really excited about this signing. Or these signings. So thank you all, and we'll talk to you guys very soon.